What up, Facebook fam? It's your boy, big brother, little brother. It just depends on the situation. Your boy, Noble Alexander in the building. How y'all doing? How is everybody doing? Okay. First and foremost, we want to open up by starting off by saying Hotep, Shalom, Salam Alaikum, peace and blessings, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. Welcome to another edition of I will slap the sense into you. It's your boy. Full disclosure, full disclosure. This is not a slap of violence. This is not an abusive slap. This is a slap to wake you up. Get your pineal gland going. Because it might be a little calcified. You might be asleep. So we're here to wake you up with a smack, get you woke up out the matrix. So in other words, you could possibly be Neo and I'm Morpheus in this particular situation. Okay? Okay. So we here. So first and foremost, thank you for anybody that's here showing up tonight. I know it's late. I normally typically don't go back to back, but this will be my last episode referencing political awareness and politics and stuff because this is an election year, so it's every 4 years, and tomorrow night is going down. It's going down. Okay, so just know that whatever you decide to do, just know that I hope you're comfortable with that decision for the next 4 years, because it will be something that you have to live with for the next 4 years. And depending on the candidate, it could be 8 years. So that's damn near a decade. So I just want to put that out there. Okay, but before we get started, I'm tasting my vanilla mint cigar. Shout out to Cigar Kings for supplying Noble Alexander with a nice vanilla mint cigar. I promise you, this right here, fire. So shout out to Cigar Kings. Yes, I do have my attire on. Yes, I do. Y'all know what it is. Okay. Hey, look, when your city win a championship, I know that yesterday I had on my black and gold Dodger hat. You might be a little upset, like, well, why did you keep wearing? Hey. For those that's hating, slow down. When your city win a championship, you gonna do the same thing. But right now, we on top, World Series champs. Okay, we know what it is. LA baby all day, right? So that's how we gonna do that. So So again, I thank you for coming on a late night. I know it's late, so we're gonna jump right into this, right? So as you can see, the title is Government Systems and Learning to Profile. Government systems and learning to profile. I'm gonna say it one more time. Government systems and learning to profile. So we're gonna start off with the learning to profile. Why do I feel that that's important? Because this is the I'll slap the sense into you slow. So we just want to get your pineal gland woke up a little bit, okay? All right. So with that being said, for me, I feel that it's important to be able to identify. Okay. To me, it's very important to be able to identify. All right. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. It's very important to be able to identify things that it's like being a detective, you know? It's like being able to size something up quickly. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee, but it's playing the odds. It's not a guarantee, but it's playing the odds. You know, the police do it all the time, and that's what we had to stop them from doing it a little bit, because they was racially profiling, and so what that meaning is they will see so-called black person, African American, with a white T-shirt on, for example, and they would racially profile him, especially if he has on a white tee, he's rolling down the street in any type of old school classic with music loud, you know, they're profiling like, he must be a gang member, you know. And there was times when they were right, and there was some times when they was wrong. And those times that they were wrong, because of their lack of discipline and maturity and able to really assess the situation and de-escalate, there was times where they messed up. And they either got sued because they fatally, unalived somebody or violated someone's civil rights. So I want to go over that because I want my audience and people that watch me, people that subscribe, once again, thank you. But I want us to begin to understand how to analyze things in life, because there's too many times as I'm sitting up here listening, I'm having conversations, right? I'm hearing people say that they don't quite understand, like, oh, I didn't know that, musicians and people in the music industry was tied to this particular party, or had this train of thought. Oh, I didn't know that, this particular party controlled the news media. And this is like, where have you been? Where have you been? You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, you haven't been anywhere, but now you're here. So come here. I know it's late. I know it's a little late to get slapped, but come here. I will slap the sense into you, because you have to be more aware about your surroundings at all times in your community, your neighborhood, the stuff that you're watching on TV. You have to be able to understand what type of situation you're into. So if you don't know that mainstream news outlets are controlled by a particular party, that's kind of your fault for not understanding that. You got to be able to unplug yourself from the matrix. You got to be able to really dig deep and see, like, okay, wait a minute. I could take your word for what it is, but at the same time, you're biased because this is a biased network or this is a biased situation. So we're going to focus on profiling first, and then after that, we're going to get into government system structure. So I want to have a little fun first. Let's play a little trivia game. I don't want to start off with the governmental structure first because it's a little boring and it's late. So let's have a little fun first, and then if you can stick around and you ain't fell asleep on your boy, which I wouldn't be mad, then we can get into some governmental structures that I think is important. Everything that I'm going to cover is from where I stand. It's important to understand. So let's focus on profiling, right? So here we go with the profiling. What is profiling? So let's just say this. We're going to keep it like this trivia is going to be, hold on, let me open up my chat. Keep them woke, Noble. Staying dangerous. Love you. Love you. Love you. We're going to stay dangerous. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to stay dangerous. I love you, brother. That's a general right there. So we're going to stay dangerous. So let's focus on profiling, right? So, for example, we're going to keep this political right now, just for the sake of what we're dealing with, since tomorrow's a big day. So I'm going to give 3 for each one. I'm going to give 3 scenarios, and I want you to tell me if this is a Democrat or a Republican. Now, keep in mind, it's not a guarantee, but it's the odds. It's the percentage of more than likely what is this person. Okay? What is this person? More than likely, what is this person, right? So we're going to do this. So let's say, for example, and just rock with me. Hopefully you don't get offended, but it's late and we're going to have a little fun. So let's just say you're dealing with a person that drives a Prius. They live in Santa Monica, and they're a BLM member. They're a Black Lives Matter member. Again, they drive a Prius, they live in Santa Monica, and they're a Black Lives Matter member. With that particular, would you profile that person as a Democrat or Republican? Which one would you say? Again, if this person drove, if this is the person that we're profiling, they drive a Prius, they live in Santa Monica, and they are a Black Lives Matter member, would you say that more than likely this person is a Democrat or Republican? I'm going to give you 3 seconds. Go ahead and comment in the chat what you think that person would be. Ain't no right or wrong answers tonight. You don't get ridiculed for nothing. I'm just trying to help my people understand profiling, sizing situations, people, and organizations up, being able to identify shit quickly. It's not a guarantee, but it's more than likely. So if a person drives a Prius and they live in Santa Monica, y'all know what a Prius is, right? Y'all know who makes Prius, right? Right. So if they drive a Prius and they live in Santa Monica and they're a member of Black Lives Matter, would you say that person is a Democrat or a Republican? If you said Democrat, ding, 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 you are 100% right. It ain't a guarantee, but again, if you see a person driving a Prius, they live in Santa Monica, and they a Black Lives Matter member, there's a great chance that that individual is a Democrat. All right. Again, I am wanting to enlighten the audience on how to identify people, organizations, and being able to spot stuff. It ain't a guarantee, but right now we're playing the odds. I'm going to say it again. It ain't a guarantee, but we're playing the odds, okay? So if you said Democrat, you're pretty much spot on. You're pretty much spot on, okay? You're pretty much, because you got to understand the city of Santa Monica. When you understand Santa Monica, when you understand what Black Lives Matter represents, and a person driving a Prius, not to disrespect Prius, I'm just saying we're profiling. Understand what profiling is. If you size that up like that, more than likely, that person is a Democrat, not a Republican. They could be a Republican, but more than likely, they're a Democrat. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. All right, let's not get offended. Let's keep our pineal glands learning and open up. Remember, some of us, it might be a little calcified. That's okay. Stop eating and drinking so much dairy. Okay, so much milk, so much eggs. Let's just take in some liquid chlorophyll. Okay, let's start opening up that pineal gland. All right, I'm acting like I'm Dr. Sebi around here, and I'm not. All right. Next scenario: the person is a transgender. They work for ABC News, and they would rather prefer to clock in 9 to 5 rather than be self-employed. So again, here's the 3. This next one scenario is they're transgender. That's their choice. That's okay. That's their choice. Do what you do. They work for ABC, the channel ABC. Okay, and they prefer to work 9 to 5 than be self-employed. So remember, self-employed is you work for yourself, you set your own hours, and you go out there independently and make your wages, right? 9 to 5 is you guaranteed to get a check. All you got to do is clock in, clock out. You're going to have somebody telling you when to come, when to go, how long is your lunch break. If you want to go, you need permission. There's a difference between people that receive a W-2, those are employees, versus somebody that's an independent contractor or that has their own business. Okay? So if you're dealing with somebody that's transgender and they work for ABC News and they prefer to work 9 to 5 rather than be self-employed, what would you say that person is? Would you say that person is a Democrat, or would you say that person is a Republican? If you pick Democrat, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. You are 100% right again. You are 100% right again. Why so? Because you got to understand, right now we're talking about parties. So remember, the Republican, aka conservative party, is really not for the transgender movement. We're not bashing transgenders at this moment. We're just keeping it real. So that was the first one. The person is a transgender and they work for ABC. Who owns ABC? You better do your homework. Those type of major mainstream news outlets tend to be more leftist, what you would call liberal, left-leaning, left favoritism than on the right. So they tend to be more liberal than conservative. So again, this person is transgender. They work for ABC, and they would rather be employed than self-employed. Because remember, if you self-employed, you got to go. You doing everything on your own merits. So when you working for somebody that they telling you when to come, when to go, when to clock out, how many days you can take a vacation, if you have any hours accumulated. You know, it's a lot that goes into that, them dictating to you. Who would that person be? Typically a Democrat or Republican. If you pick Democrat, you're right. They're not, that person typically, it ain't a guarantee, but typically that person is not a Republican. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. Hey, Noble. Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you for turning in. Who's that? Thank you. Thank you for turning in. Appreciate you, Nikki. No doubt. So let's move on to the next scenario, right? Remember, we're learning how to profile. None of this is a guarantee, but we're learning how to size up a situation, playing the odds. Again, it's not a guarantee. We're not trying to bash. We're just keeping it real. This is an honest assessment. So let's say we're moving on to our third situation, right? So let's say you have a person that drives a Chevy. Come on, y'all, we playing the game. Let's say we have a person that drives a Chevy. That's an American-made car, all right? They're a member of the NRA, which is the National Rifle Association. And let's say they are a former Army veteran. Those are the three clues you get. This is the person that drives an American-made car, a Chevy. They're a member of the NRA, the National Rifle Association, and they are a former Army military veteran. Would you say that person is a Democrat or a Republican? I'm going to give you a couple seconds to answer that question. Don't be afraid to comment in the chats. There's no right or wrong. Remember, there's not a guarantee either way. We're playing the odds, learning how to size something up, learning how to profile real quick. There's a reason for that, okay? Because I want people to, if you're just tuning in, I want people to understand that if you understand where things fall in what category, you'll know where we are and you'll know what they are about before they even start talking. Learn that. It's important. I promise you it is. So if a person drives a Chevy and they're a member of the NRA, a National Rifle Association, and they are a former Army veteran, would you say that person is a Democrat or a Republican? If you said they're a Democrat, more than likely, that person that drives a Chevy, an American-made car, and is a member of the National Rifle Association. Come on, Second Amendment right. Come on now. Let's stay focused. Come on, don't let you. God damn it. I will slap the sense into you. Okay? And they are former Army veteran. Remember, they went and fought for America. Is that person a Democrat or Republican? If you answer Democrat, you're a little wrong on that one. This more than likely is a Republican. What up, my brother? I see you to the east. I see you, illustrious. I see you, illustrious. I see you. Thanks for tuning in, Square. Thank you. Right now, we're learning how to profile and size things up from, we want this tonight. We're playing a game of trivia. We want to learn how to assess a situation. Why? Because it's important to be able to size people and organizations up quickly. It's not a guarantee. Nothing that I'm saying or anything is a guarantee. But more than likely, if you had to bet, if you had to put your life on it and kind of get that person might be this or that, okay? What would you rather go? So again, if a person drives a Chevy and which is an American-made car, and a member of the National Rifle Association, and is a former Army veteran, this person typically might be a Republican. Yes. Yeah, know about what Republicans are. They're about America first. They're about the Constitution. So a Republican, especially one that's deep-rooted Republican, they're going to get an American car. They're going to get a Ford, GMC, a Yukon, a Chevy. I'm just saying. I'm not saying a Democrat won't. But when you put together all of those dots, they drive an American car. They're a member of the NRA. They're a former Army veteran. And they're into voting. What do you think they are voting, Republican or Democrat? If you say Democrat, no, you're slipping. That person tends to be a Republican. I'm just teaching y'all how to profile the same way the police do. Police do it. Trust me. They see a black person. You living in the urban community. You got on a white tee. You got on an LA hat. You're playing loud music in an old school car. In their eyes, whether racist or not, they're sizing you up. And they're like, ooh, we think we got one. So now when they hit you and racial profile you, if you got it, some illegal shit, you proved them right. But there's those moments where they done effed up and now they're getting sued. Okay? So let's keep it moving. All right, so that one was Republican. Let's keep playing the game. This one is, this individual rides a Harley. So they on a motorcycle. They riding a Harley. Let's say they're self-employed. They don't have a 9 to 5. Remember, we did a job 9 to 5 already. But this person rides a Harley. They're self-employed. And let's just say they live in Lancaster. So again, they ride a Harley Davidson motorcycle. They're self-employed, meaning that they don't clock in. They don't have nobody telling them when to come, when to go, how long to take a lunch, when to take a vacation. They do all that on their own, right? Okay? And they live in Lancaster. Okay? So what would you say that person is? A Democrat or Republican? I'm going to give you 3 seconds to answer that question. If you're tuning in, feel free to comment in the chat. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no guarantee to none of this. There's no guarantee. We're just learning how to profile, because being able to assess quickly is important in life. Trust me. It's just like being able to see somebody that got no teeth, their fingernails are dirty, and they're a little musty. I would say that person may have some substance abuse issues dealing with crystal meth, for example. Okay? Not to say that it's a guarantee, but if you ain't got no teeth, your fingernails are dirty, and you're a little musty, there's a good chance that this person has some issues with substance abuse. Okay? Again, not a guarantee, but if you was to size something up quickly, a quick analysis, okay? Same thing. This is important. You got to learn how to do this. This is very important. So going back to what we said, if you said Democrat, no, I don't. It ain't too many Democrats that rides a Harley and self-employed and live in Lancaster. You got to think about the area. All right, that's a Republican. All right, that's a Republican. I know it's not a guarantee. How about this one? We're going to move on to the next scenario. This is an individual that receives millions in endorsements playing basketball. Okay? So this is a professional basketball player that wears a man purse and supports to defund the police. Again, this is an individual. This is our next scenario. This is the individual that receives millions of dollars in endorsements playing professional basketball, wears a man purse. Okay, we're not bashing man purses, but we're just sizing it up. They receive millions of dollars in endorsements playing basketball. They wear a man purse and supports defunding the police. LeBron James. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What would this person typically be? A Democrat or a Republican? I'm going to give you 3 seconds to think about that, for example. Please comment in the chat. Don't be afraid. It's all good. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, please, y'all. I need that. We're building a platform. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. What would that person be? A Democrat or a Republican? What are the odds? Again, they receive millions of dollars in endorsements playing professional basketball. They wear a man purse and supports defunding the police. If you say Republican, stop it. That more than likely is a Democrat. Why? Because ain't no Republican going ain't no Republican going to support defunding the police. Ain't too many Republicans you about to see wear a man purse. And you got to understand the fact that they are a professional basketball player and receive endorsements. You got to understand who and what controls and runs those endorsements. Okay, especially like NBA. It's not Republican controlled type of environments. They're liberal, Democrat leaning to the left. Okay, so if you said Republican, you were wrong. I'll take that back. I'm not going to say you were wrong, but more than likely, the odds of somebody being a professional basketball player receiving endorsements in the millions, and they wear a man purse, and they support defunding the police, that don't sound like a Republican, right? I mean, just think about it. Don't that sound like Democratic? That sound like a Democrat, right? Okay. And if you don't understand that, come here. Let me help you. I will slap the sense into you. Where have you been? Where have you been? Pay attention to your surroundings and environment at all times, okay? Okay? Let's move on to the next scenario. Okay? Shout out to King Cigars for giving Noble Alexander this vanilla mint cigar. I really appreciate that. Really, thank you, King Cigars. Thank you very much. No doubt. We on. Very nice tasting cigar. Okay. Our next scenario. Remember, we're learning how to profile. We're learning how to assess a situation quickly We're learning how to understand when there's a situation, when you hear people saying they're for this and they're against this person and they're for that person, you got to understand why. When you turn to this news channel and they're consistently always to the left or consistently always to the right, understand why. Understand that is a leftist or a right leaning channel. And I'm only using politics as an example right now because we're in a political season. Tomorrow's a big day, and I'm just want to enlighten my people. That's it, and that's all. This is not about right and wrong. This is not about who you should or should not vote for. This ain't none of that. I'm just saying. Okay? That's it, and that's all. I'm just saying. That's it, and that's all. So let's move on to the next scenario. You take an individual that works out at least 3 times a day. They work out not 3 times a day. I'm sorry. They work out at least 3 times a week. They were against the how can I say this without getting struck down by the social media platforms? Good grief. The jabs. They are against the needles and the mandates, okay? And they believe in the Constitution. So the first one is they work out 3 times. They work out, okay? They work out 3 times a week. They're against mandating the jabs, and they believe in the Constitution. Those are our 3 hints. Again, they work out 3 times a week. They're against mandating jabs, and they believe in the Constitution. Based on the game that we're playing politics right now. Would that be a Democrat or a Republican? Please comment in the chat. Don't be afraid. There's no right and wrong answer. I'm not going to slap the sense in you for getting it right or wrong. We're just having a little fun tonight, all right? We're just playing a little game, okay? Would you say that person is a Democrat or a Republican? I'm going to give you a couple seconds to figure it out. If you said that person's a Democrat, you are 100% wrong. Come here. I know. You're like, damn, no, it's late at night to be getting slapped. Yeah, we're here. We're having fun. We're playing a game. Come here. Ah! I will slap the sense into you. Let's start with the mandates. We know who was pushing that. I don't even got to get into that. We know who was pushing that. You ain't going to find too many Republicans that was for forcing people to take that jab. But you know which one I'm talking about, right? Right. Okay. And they believe in the Constitution, and they work out faithfully 3 times a week. Nah, that don't sound like somebody that's a Democrat. Now, not to say that can't be the case. Again, we're not saying that can't be the case. But more than likely, that sounds like somebody that's leaning to the right, which would be a Republican. So if you said Republican, pretty good job. We're playing the odds. We're profiling, right? Pretend you the police and you just profiling shit, right? Like how they do, all right? Pretend you the police and we just profiling, all right? That's just what it is. Again, not a guarantee, but that's just what it is. Okay. You will say, well, what about the working out? Because people that work out, especially if they work out faithfully 3 times a week at least, that takes discipline. That's somebody that believes in self, somebody that believes in, keeping their health up to par. Not to say that Democrats don't, but I'm trying to give you a scenario. This is a person that's like, no, I'm gonna work out, take care of myself, take care of my body. Oh, you want me to take a jab? Force me to take this needle? Nah, I'm not doing that. And I believe in the Constitution. And I believe in the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, all the amendments. You know what I'm saying? Who does that typically sound like? What would you say if you had to put your life on the line? If you had to bet money on who that person could be, that damn it, play the odds. That sounds like a Republican, does it not? I'm just saying, man, come on now. Just use your common sense for a change. It's all right. I know it's late. We might be a little sleepy. Pineal gland might be getting a little tired, but here, I'll slap the sentence. You wake your ass up. Wake up, okay? Let's wake up. We got a few more scenarios, and then we're going to move on. I just want y'all to get an understanding. Here's the next scenario. This individual is a social justice advocate, lives in the urban community, so they live in the metropolitan area, urban community, so they're a social justice advocate. They live in the urban community, so they don't live in a rural area, and they promote social service programs. So they believe in social justice. This is a social justice advocate. They live in an urban community, and they promote social service programs. Is that a Democrat or a Republican? What would you say that individual is? A Democrat or a Republican? Feel free to comment in the chat. Don't be afraid. It's okay. It's quite all right. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to figure it out. If you said Republican, no. More than likely, that's a Democrat. More than likely, that's a Democrat. Why? Somebody would say, well, no, what are you talking about? Why would that be more than likely a Democrat? Because, for one, they're talking about a social service, or they're a social justice advocate. Okay, you ain't gonna find too many Republicans talking about some social justice. Let's just be real about that. Them mofos act. Sometimes they act like certain shit don't even exist in America. That's what be killing me about them sometimes. Okay, so they're a social justice advocate. They live in the urban community. You know, we know what the urban community is, right? So-called minorities and stuff, right? And they promote social service programs. Anything social, stuff like that, that's leaning to the left, that ain't really to the right. Know your homework. I'm just, you're going to make me do it. You're going to come here. I'll slap the sense in you. I know it's late. I'm sorry. Wake up. If you're going to tune in tonight, wake up. Wake up. I know it's a little late. Wake up. That individual tends to be Democratic. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. This is not bashing Democrats or Republicans tonight. We're just on some profiling and getting the idea of how to size certain situations up when we run across them. So the next time we turn on a news channel, next time we go to certain areas, the next time we see certain people, we'll know how to, how to slice things up and see them for what they really are. Okay, so that was that again. This person is a social justice advocate, lives in an urban community, and promotes social service programs. More than likely, that's a Democrat. It's not a Republican. Okay, so let's keep it pushing. Next scenario. This individual is a farmer. They work on a farm. They own the farm. They're a farmer. They have a United States flag on the porch of their house. So they're a farmer. They have a United States flag on the porch of their home, and they love hunting wild hogs. I know somebody like, why the hell did what? Yes, they're a farmer. They have a United States flag on the porch of their home, and they love hunting wild hogs. Is this individual, if you had to bet, is this individual typically a Democrat or a Republican? I'm gonna give you a few seconds to answer that question. If you have go Go ahead and answer in the chat if you want. If not, it's okay. But don't be afraid. There's no right or wrong answer because none of this is guaranteed. We're just playing the odds. What would you think that person is? Again, a farmer living in a rural part of the country. They got a United States flag on their porch, okay? And they love hunting wild hogs. Think about it. What would that person typically be? A Democrat or a Republican? If you say Republican, yeah, you're right. That tends to be a Republican. Why so? They're a farmer. They live in a rural part of the country. That's a good indication right there. People that live in a rural part of the country love to be independent. They like to be away from people. They don't want a whole bunch of government control. They want to be able to produce their own food and give other people their own food without having to go to Food for Less and deal with all of that industry and corporation and this, that. They grow their own stuff. They're self-sufficient, okay? They have a United States flag. People that tend to have a United States flag on their porch, they believe in America. They love America. They'll probably put America first. And more than likely, those people believe in the Constitution. Who pushes the Constitution a lot? Republicans tend to push the Constitution a lot. Remember, this is a republic. So for those who forgot, remember when you pledge allegiance, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. Okay, not democracy, to the republic for which it stands. This is a republic nation. Don't get it twisted. And they love hunting wild hogs. So this is a person who got guns. They clearly exercises a Second Amendment right, and they love to hunt. Ain't too many Democrats doing all that. Ain't finna be on no farm with no flag on the porch and they love to hunt wild hogs. That's more than likely, not guaranteed, but more than likely a Republican. We're playing the odds. Last one. Before we move on to our next topic and scenario. This individual supports getting the jab. They support jab mandating. So they support you can't do this. You can't go to a restaurant without showing proof. You got to do this. Oh, if you don't want to do this at your job, you fired without getting the mandated jab. Okay. They believe in, so they support the mandating for jabs. Okay. They believe in social media censorship. Okay. And they work for Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg? No, I'm just playing. It ain't Mark Zuckerberg. What would that person tend to be? Would that person be a Democrat or a Republican? Feel free to comment in the chat. Hit the like button. Please share and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. And if you've been here before, please hit the like button, all right? Help me grow this platform. And if you're not, we're going to grow it anyway because I love when a person tunes in, watch me, and don't want to hit the like button. And I promise you this shit going to keep going because you're not going to stop me. How much you want to bet? You can't stop me. Okay? Only the Most High can. So if Lord willing, promise me. Trust me. You're going to get ran over. Okay? So what would this person tend to be? Someone that supports the mandating of the jab. They believe in social media censorship. So that means they believe in if you say something that's not in favor of a certain agenda, they censor you. They shut down your feed. They don't allow your information to get out as the way it should be, right? And they work for Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg. Is this person a Democrat or a Republican? If you pick Democrat, you're right. It's a Democrat. More than likely, that person is a Democrat. Why? Because when we go back to mandating, who will support who did all those mandates? We know who. The Republicans was not for that. They were for more, okay, it's an option. But on the other side, they was like, nah, we want to force you to do it. The other side was like, it's an option. The other side was like, no, we're going to force you to do it. You better do it or you can't go over here. You can't do this. You got to show proof and all of that. You're going to lose your job. You can't go to the restaurant. You can't go to the ball game. Okay? And they believe in social media censorship. So if you spoke out against it, shut your page down, shut your feed down, kick you out, such and such. And for the third one, they work for Facebook, fake book, snake book. Yeah, Facebook, I'm talking about you, you censorship bastards. Yeah, I'll get on here on your platform talking about your silly ass. F you, right? Is that person a Democrat or a Republican? More than likely, that person is not a Republican. Republicans are not for control. They're not for big brother, big government control. They're not for that. The Republicans is like, look, live your life, be independent, do you, pull yourself up by your bootstraps type of shit. You can come out here and you know, you can be somebody that builds their way up, starting from the bottom to the top. All right, you could be a bum and you become this as long as you work hard and put in the work. They don't believe in social programs. They don't believe in mandating this. Okay, and it ain't too many of them working for Facebook, snake book, fake book, because I mean, after all, who's part of doing all of the censor stuff? Yeah, them. So hopefully, you know, hopefully y'all had a little fun. We just had a little fun, a little laugh. I know it's late. And hopefully that'll help you get an understanding of how to profile and size things up, because it happens all the time. Okay. If a person sees, for example, if a person sees a Caucasian individual and let's say he's Republican with a bald head and he's white, right? Some people are gonna say, "Oh shit, he's racist. He's a skinhead." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you might be right, but then you could be wrong also. You got to get to know people. You got to get to talking to people. But the point is sizing, is being able to making a quick assessment. Same thing with the police. They driving down the street, they see you, they like, oh shit, this dude, he's beaten. He got loud music. He got on a white tee, a LA hat, New York hat, Houston hat, something, you know, one of them hats, loud music in an old school vehicle. Oh, you know they want to pull you over. And you got rims and stuff too. Dayton's and rims, 22s, folds. Oh, yeah. Come here. They want to see. They just mess up because they're overzealous, them stupid ones. They get overzealous. And they get to violating your constitutional rights, and then they end up getting sued and costing the department millions of dollars because they didn't unalived you or, you know, violated your civil rights or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to touch basis on that. So that was our learning to profile segment of this here episode tonight. Again, we got a big day tomorrow. I just want people to start being able to focus and learning how to assess stuff. Even with people, like I told you earlier, if you see somebody coming to you say you got a business and that person walks into your establishment and they got multiple teeth hanging out, their fingernails are dirty, they got multiple teeth missing, fingernails are dirty, and they're a little, you know, they don't feel fresh, they're a little musty. It could possibly be somebody that has a substance abuse issue, and that could typically be crystal meth, right? So you got to be able to assess situations like that. I mean, it is what it is. It's not to say that everything's a guarantee, because everything is not a guarantee. But, you know, if you want to size something up, you know, you got an individual that got two good parents, you know, he got comes from a two-parent household, you know, lives in Palos Verdes, you know, you have to make an assessment to understand that person has a different upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Their viewpoint, you know, they might come from some money. You know, they got 2-parent house. He comes from a 2-parent background. People live in, Signal Hill or something. It's safe to say that this person might be used to being around money. That's just what it is. It's not about being too judgmental, but in life, sometimes you got to be able to make quick decisions about who you're dealing with. And you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I mean, come on now, ladies, if you're dealing with a dude that got 2 or 3 baby mamas, and you get to talking to him and asking him, when's the last time you seen your kids? And he like, oh, well, I seen my other kid a few months ago. And, stuff like that. You got to be able to be like, this is the individual that may typically not be responsible when it comes to being a man and being a father. Come on now. He got 2 or 3 baby mamas. He don't see his kids that often. I mean, you want to get into why? Because those are signs that he could be a deadbeat. Just saying. I'm just saying. It may not be true, but you got to be watchful of that. Same thing, vice versa. Fellas, you dealing with a woman. She got 3 or 4 kids, 3 or 4 different men. She live on a certain part of town. Her hair is pink, blue, and purple. Again, not trying to say guaranteed, but it's like, what type of individual is this that you about to lay with before you lay with her? Do you really want to shoot the club up? I don't think so. May not be a good idea. You got to be able to assess. And that's what I'm getting at. Assessing is not a guarantee, but at least you're being focused and you being aware of your surroundings. You know what I mean? You being aware of your surroundings. I mean, let's just not be dumb. You own a business, you own a liquor store, a convenience store in certain parts of the town. A person walks in, all black, with a mask on, gloves on. Maybe they protect themselves from viruses and that virus that's been spreading around. There's a chance, but you want to keep an eye on them, and not to say you want to disrespect them, but you like, damn, bro, it's like 11:30 at night. We on this particular side of town, and you come in my convenience store with some gloves on and all of this. You look like you finna rob the joint. So let me just be cautious and be prepared just in case you do. I can at least have to hit the panic button, or I can exercise my Second Amendment right and, defend myself and my property. You know what I'm saying? So again, assessing, there's nothing wrong with it. That just keeps you sharp, keep you on your toes. And too many of us is walking around here like Ezell from Friday, la la la, la la la, not paying attention to life. We watch CNN and we just hear all this stuff. It's like, oh yeah, CNN said this, CNN said that. CNN is always going to say anything that leans to the left. Fox is going to always say anything that leans to the right. You need to be smart enough to know that. And if you don't know that by now, come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. I'll slap the sense into you for not being sharp enough to get that together. All right, so let's get into government. Let's get into government systems and structure. First of all, and I'm going to try to make this, I'm going to run through this one real quick because it's getting late, and I appreciate y'all for being here. It's 10 o'clock. Late night edition, but we got a big day tomorrow, and that's just what it is. And after this, I'm not really about to touch on too much political stuff. However, the elections turn out, because this is only every 4 years. So again, since this is the I'll Slap the Sense in You show, that's all about your pineal gland up in here. I'm just touching on it for now, but after that, oh yeah, I got some whole new episodes for y'all. So I'm gonna read some information. So don't get mad at me. I want to give y'all this properly, okay? I don't have to read from the teleprompter like some people I know. Come on, Harris, Cardi B. I'm sorry. But yeah. What is government? Government is the system to govern a state or a community. Okay? a system of social control under which the right to make laws and the right to enforce them is invested in a particular group in society. That's the definition of government, according to the Columbia Encyclopedia. Okay, once again, I'm going to read it one more time. A government, I know y'all heard the term government before. Do not play with me. A government is the system to govern a state or community. Okay? A system of social control which the right to make laws and the right to enforce them is invested in a particular group in society. I want y'all to remember that particular group. All right? Remember that, a particular group. The term government comes from the term govern, from Old French gouverner, derived from Latin, which means to direct, to rule, guide, or govern. Okay? Again, which is to direct, rule, guide, or govern. So when you go back to what I said earlier, there's a particular group that has the right to do so, quote unquote, wherever this right comes from. Well, I don't know who gave them that right, all right? But that's what it is, okay? So if you say, well, what particular group could this be? There's a type of government. It's called, remember, we're talking about systems of government right now. There's a system of government called an oligarchy. An oligarchy. What is an oligarchy? Okay, this is coming from Wikipedia. Oligarchy, meaning rule of the few, is a form of power structure in which power rests with a small number of people. These people might distinguished by nobility. They ain't like Noble Alexander. Nobility, wealth, family ties, education, or corporate, religious, or military control. I just told you what a government is, right? So hold on. Let's get back in real quick. A government is a system to govern a state or community, a system of social control which the right to make laws and the right to enforce them is invested by a particular group in society. A particular group. Who could that particular group be? Let's get into oligarchy. An oligarchy is a type of government. Oligarchy, meaning rule of the few, is a form of power structure in which power rests with a small number of people. These people might be distinguished by nobility, wealth, family ties, education, corporate, religious, or military control. That's an oligarchy. That's an oligarchy. Now, I want y'all to think about that for a minute, okay? Okay, I know it's a little late to be learning stuff like this, but tomorrow's a big day. I just want you to get a little understanding. So now there's a such thing as communism. Communism is a revolutionary socialist movement that aims to create a classless society by abolishing private ownership. Communism. A revolutionary, that deals with like on some revolution, fighting type of shit. A revolutionary socialist. There goes that social. Remember, we kept using that word a lot today. Socialist movement that aims to create a classless society by abolishing private ownership. So, in other words, you will own nothing. dealing with communism. The government, maybe the oligarchy, remember those select few, they will own and control it all. It will not be anything privately owned by some individual like me that might have his own business or none of that. It's going to be owned and controlled by the government, okay? Republic. Remember, we're going over government systems right now, all right? A republic. A government where the people elect representatives to hold power instead of a king or ruler. I'm going to read it again. This is coming from Wikipedia and Columbia Encyclopedia. A republic, a government where the people elect, remember, because we vote, supposedly, right? And they make us seem like we're picking these people, especially when it comes to the chief executive officer, the commander-in-chief, the president, like tomorrow, right? A government where the people elect representatives to hold power. Because remember, this is supposed to be for the people, by the people, of the people. So when you vote, you're supposed to vote for a person that's going to represent the interests of the people, because there's so many people. So you elect one person that's going to stand and speak as the representative for all of these people, okay? A government where the people elect representatives to hold power instead of a king or a ruler, which is a monarch. That's a monarch. That's another form of system of government. That's a monarch where you have a king or a queen. Like England, Queen Elizabeth, she just died. That's a monarchy, okay? They don't have a president. And I want y'all to understand something about being a president, too. People be like, oh, the president holds all the power, and the president is the most powerful person in the land, and this, that, and the other. That's a lie. That's a lie. Person might say, well, Noble Alexander, what are you talking about? That is not a lie. The president is the most powerful person on the, say we was playing chess on the chessboard. Oh yeah, come here. I will slap the sense into you. No, the president is not. Because don't the president get a salary? Don't whoever wins tomorrow is going to get a salary of like $400,000 to $500,000 per year? I think it's like $500,000 per year. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so in 4 years, just based on their salary, they should have earned $2 million being the president of the United States of America. So there's a difference between the United States of America and the United States. Follow me. The United States of America is the land. The United States is a corporation. Anybody that has an LLC, anybody that has a nonprofit organization, you know what I'm talking about. The president or the CEO, commander-in-chief, whatever, is a person that is elected or appointed. He's an employee of this entity. So that means that the real power is with the board of directors. It ain't the fucking president. It's the board of directors. So if you really want to know who runs America, find out who the board of directors is. I'm going to leave that right there. I ain't even going to say nothing else. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. That one hit tonight, huh? I'm bet you it did. A democracy. A government where people elect their rulers. Damn, rulers. All this rulers. Why you gotta get ruled? What's all this ruler? People thinking that they rule. If you're for the people, by the people, of the people, you're not a ruler. You're a representative. You're a spokesperson. Again, if there's 1 million of us, all of us can't speak at one time. We have to elect a person who will speak for us, okay? Let me see. Trump didn't choose to receive a paycheck for his initial term. Woo! Damn! That's facts. Thank you for that comment. That person right there, sharp. That person right there is on fire. You best believe. Oh, really? Oh, look, hey, oh, really? You get a salute for that one. You get a salute for that one. Trump didn't choose to receive a paycheck for his initial term. And that's what people do not realize. That man forfeited his check the first 4 years. Thank you for that. Because that's facts. He turned down that paycheck. Trump got money. Everything that he's been going through and dealing with, them suing him, taking away his money and shit. He didn't have to do that. He had way more money than Biden, way more money than Kamala Harris, way more money than Hillary Clinton. So this wasn't about money. He sacrificed all that. He didn't receive no paycheck the first time he served. People don't even realize that. Thank you, O'Reilly. I gotta salute you again. Thank you for that. A democracy, a government where the people elect their rulers. Democracy is found in most countries and is considered to improve decision making. It's a democracy. So it kind of gives you a little opportunity to speak a little bit, liberal. That's democracy. Let's get into a monarchy. Remember, I told you about the difference between having a president, having a king or a queen, right? Monarchy, a government ruled by a hereditary leader, such as a king. Monarchies can be absolute, constitutional, or ceremonial. Again, a monarchy, a government ruled by hereditary leaders, passed down. That means, my mama was the king or the queen, so now I'm taking over when they die. Now I'm the king and the queen. It's hereditary, such as a king or a queen. Monarchies can be absolute, constitutional, or ceremonial. Okay? Then you have a dictatorship. A government where one leader has power over a country, usually by force. So they say North Korea and Zimbabwe are examples of dictatorship. So I think what North Korea do is what Kim Jong-un, he's a dictator by force. Like, hey, come in. Yeah, I'm shut up. Bow. Make you kind of think that some people over here is or has a dictator, right? Okay. So let's get into something else real quick. Remember, we touched on oligarchy, right? How do you become an oligarch, right? It says a business leader can be considered an oligarch if some of the following conditions are satisfied. Remember, I'm reading right now. I'm reading from Wikipedia, okay? It says, number one, uses of monopolistic tactics to dominate an industry. Number two, possesses sufficient political power to promote their own interests. Number three, controls multiple businesses which intensively coordinate their activities. So let's say, for example, mainstream media. Doesn't that sound like the mainstream media? People will say, how would you say that? Because the left dominate mainstream media. ABC, CNN, CBS, a lot of things that people watch typically, they're owned and controlled by the left. Yes, they do. You do your homework. Listen, I'm only here to give you so much. Prove me wrong. Act like I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm lying. I'm just being somebody that's just a dumb Negro running his mouth. You go do your own homework. I'm giving you so much. I'm not finna give you everything. I mean, damn. Okay? Uses monopolistic tactics to dominate an industry. Don't the liberals dominate the music industry, the media, the newspapers? So they dominate information and communication, right? Possesses sufficient political power to promote their own interests. Oh, ain't that the same shit? They promote their own interests. Oh, he's this, he's that, he's racist, he's a fool. All Republicans are racist. All Republicans not racist. Stop it. There's Democrats that's racist too. Shut the hell up. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Oh, he's racist, but he's on The View. Oh, he's racist, but he helps Jesse Jackson. He's racist, but he helps Nelson Mandela. Oh, he's racist, but he helps Jennifer Hudson. He's racist, but he sticks up for Mike Tyson. Oh, he's racist, but he sticks up for Michael Jackson. Come on. Again, possesses sufficient political power to promote their own interests, and that's through the news media. Okay? Controls multiple businesses, which intensively coordinates their activities, which means their agenda. Wouldn't that be the news media that I just said? Come here. Come here. Huh? I will slap the sense in you. And entertainment. So that means, yeah, it's easy to get Cardi B to come over here. It's easy to get Megan Thee Stallion to come up here. Yeah, they run them. They the one control their pocket. They better come when they say come, or it's going to be a problem when they don't come. And if they say and support, look at what happened to all the people that openly say they support the right or anything with that boy, with Mr. Orange Man. Look what they doing to the dude from the 49ers right now, Nick Bosa. He wore that MAGA hat. They finna tear Nick Bosa ass up right now for the 49ers. Oh, they in his ass right now. They in his ass right now. Okay? You better, an oligarch, okay? Controlled by a select few. So, my last point, you got communism, socialism, Marxism, fascism, right? Do you know that they keep making references, and this is not about supporting one side over the other, but we're going to get enlightened here tonight before we go to sleep. So tomorrow and every day moving forward, at least as adults, because we are adults. I don't support kids watching my shows, too much cussing, profanity, and all type of stuff. You got to be at least 18 years old to follow Noble Alexander, right? So there's this guy named Karl Marx. There was this guy named Karl Marx. Now you keep hearing certain people that's running for commander-in-chief keep saying that, the guy on the right, y'all know what I'm talking about, the orange-looking dude with the hair, orange guy, orange chicken. Okay, we're going to do it like that. Mr. Trump. They keep saying that he's equivalent to Hitler. Now, I find that interesting, especially considering that they're so into these social programs. So that's socialism. And they keep saying that he's a fascist, right? But do you know who Karl Marx is? Do you know who Karl Marx is? Karl Marx, if you study socialism, sociology, there's a guy named Karl Marx. He is the author, founder of communism, socialism, Marxism off top. Communism, socialism, Marxism off top. Now, in America, we've been taught that the Germans and all of this stuff is evil and we shouldn't deal with them, and they're anti-Semitic and all of this old shit. So let me help you understand something about Karl Marx. Karl Marx is a German. He's the son of a successful Jewish lawyer. Now, some of y'all might say, well, damn, I thought you just saying he was a German, but he's a son of a successful Jewish lawyer. So is he Jewish? Well, let's just say this, ladies and gentlemen. There was a such thing as World War I and World War II. I ain't gonna get too deep in it, but I will say this. In World War I, the Jews were on the same side with the Germans because the Jews are Germans. This is where they get the bashing Candace Owens about. So I guess I'm next. The Jews are Germans. They turned on them and went to the other side and fought against their brethren, which are the Germans, because they're the same. That's why when you go buy a Mercedes, all in Beverly Hills, that's a German German-made car, and you're gonna see a gang of Jews up there, right? Oh, all right then. Okay, so we're done with that one, right? I'll slap the sense in you. Don't play with me. You're dealing with a real one today. It's on tonight. It's on tonight. Okay. So Karl Marx is considered the primary author of the theories behind socialism, communism, and the body of thought known as Marxism. That's Karl Marx. You can Google this. You can look at this stuff. Pretend I'm lying like I don't know what the I'm talking about. I'm just a stupid another Negro from the hood with a Dodger hat from LA that don't know shit. Do this on your own. You go do your homework and you come back and tell me if I was wrong, if I know what I'm talking about, because I know what I'm talking about. I got kids in school and they learning about socialism and Karl Marx, and them kids didn't know that Karl Marx was a German. They're like, what? I'm like, yes, he's a German. He's the author of socialism, communism, Marxism. So it's funny when they say that the dude over here to the right, the conservative dude that practices capitalism, is equivalent to Hitler, but then Karl Marx is a German, the author of socialism and communism. Then they try to say, well, Trump is aligned with the communists and he's with Russia and da-da-da-da-da, but Karl Marx is the author of communism and socialism and Marxism. Okay? Karl Marx, look it up. I mean, goddamn, it's right in your face. To the left. And socialism, communism, Marxism are left, what they call left-leaning ideology. They're not to the right. Fascism is to the right. They're left-leaning. So if you talk about democracy to the left, and now y'all love these social service programs, because what is socialism? Example, socialism, say you got 100%, just take $100 bill, right? Because they keep saying, well, you know, it's equality across the board, and everybody's going to get the same. Everybody's going to get the same equal amount, and free healthcare, free education, and free this, right? So socialism, low key, is this. You got $100 bill. The government is going to take 90% of that $100 bill and keep it for themselves. Goddamn oligarch, right? Goes to the oligarchs, right? That 10% that's left, they're going to divide that up evenly amongst everybody else, the so-called commoners. They're going to get everybody else that and say, you ain't got to worry about paying for this and paying for that. It's free healthcare, free education. But but if you notice, it's never the best. For example, you get EBT and GR, right? Government assistance programs are social. Here we go with that word again. Social service programs. It's a cap. Don't you get a certain amount for EBT and GR? Don't ya? Don't ya? Yeah, you do. And if you make a certain amount, you don't qualify for that. Right? Come here. I'll slap the sense in you. You don't qualify for it. So it's something to keep you trapped. It's a cap. If you go above that, you don't qualify for the program. But if you stay within the program, oh yeah, we'll give you Medi-Cal. Hell, we'll give you Section 8. We'll pay for, school, food, financial aid. You'll never go to USC. You'll never go to UCLA like that. You might be able to go to some community college, some trade school, but you ain't never going to be able to do that being a part of that program. There's the cap on it. See, that's why they don't give you that. You see what I'm saying? You'll never be able to buy a house in Malibu with that type of government structure, because the government is going to take 90% of the pie and give everybody else, they're going to divide up that 10% equally amongst everybody else. And that's socialism. Stop it. You rather deal with capitalism, even though You got idiots that take advantage of capitalism, but that's the American dream because it could take you from being a nobody, being a bum, to becoming rich or wealthy. But you'll never be able to do that with socialism and communism. You'll never be able to do that because there's going to be a cap and you'll never be able to rise above. Y'all do your own homework. Straight up, I'm telling you, do your own homework. All right? I could get deeper into this, but I just wanted to give y'all a little something to think about. I wanted to give y'all a little something to think about. Think about this. People, if you the type of person that want to travel the world, take a trip to Europe, travel all the Caribbean islands and go on vacation for a week, a month at a time, you can't be on no social service program. You can't get GR to EBT and be on Section 8 because you have to make a certain amount of money to do that. And as long as you keep yourself under that cap, they'll pay for your room and board, your education, and all that. But the minute you start to try to rise up, you don't qualify for the program. I'd rather not qualify for the program. And that's why you got Republicans that's like, nah, we cool on this social service shit because we got too many people spend their whole life in these programs. Those programs are set up to assist people for when they need assistance to pick themselves up, not for you to spend your whole entire life existence on here. That's not for that. Don't you want to travel? Don't you want to build your own legacy and generational wealth for your family? How you going to build generational wealth for your family if you're on government assistance and social service programs all your life? Come here. How you going to, I will slap the sense into you. How you going to build generational wealth if you are on social service assistance all your life? You can't do it. It's impossible. They won't even let you as soon as you start making a certain amount of money. So please cut the shit. So when I hear somebody like Kamala Harris, I'm not trying to say vote for her or not, but what I'm saying is when I hear her say, me understanding structure and government and everything that we went over tonight, when I hear her say, oh, well, we're going to give people an extra $6,000 tax credit so people can listen to the shit that she was saying. So you can buy an extra car seat. So you can buy some extra eggs. Didn't I tell you yesterday on my episode that was peasant talk? I don't want no extra eggs. I don't want no car seat. I want to be able to have not only sustain my basic living, but I want to be able to start accumulating a savings. Forget an extra car seat. I want a savings. I want to be able to take my money, build that shit up so I can get rich and then get wealthy. So when I die, I can leave a legacy for my damn kids. How the hell you gonna do that if you own general assistance and GR and EBT your whole damn life? All right, come here. You better understand what that socialism shit is. Oh yeah, you better understand what it is. I love to travel. I like to go to Mexico, Caribbean, Dominican, Africa, Europe. How you gonna travel like that? You own GR. How you gonna buy a property, multiple properties? Say you got 3 kids and you want to leave each one of your kids a house before you die. How you gonna do that if you own EBT and GR? Now, your mind is made up because they're providing for you very basic necessities. There's that cap. And you like, well, I don't want to lose my Section 8. Man, fuck your Section 8. Fuck that EBT. Fuck that GR. That's what the Republicans on because the Republicans like, nah, we don't want that. That's why we'll give you tax breaks for this. That's why we'll look out for you if you own a home. That's why we'll look out for you if you start your own business. Know what you talk, know what's going on. There's people who want to trick you and keep you under this. They want to keep you right here because they are part of the oligarch and they need you to be their slaves, their servants. That's why everything when I read you tonight, it kept talking about a ruler. A few people that govern and rule and control, and everybody else is considered commoners and bums. Hey, Pretend I'm lying. I'm just another Negro, another weirdo. I ain't the smartest man in the world. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. But I promise you this. I ain't striving for GR and EBT in my life. Not me. Not Noble Alexander, baby. Oh, no. I want the best out of life. I want to leave a legacy. I want to go from rags to riches to wealthy. And there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. When you're rich, you got money. When you're wealthy, your money works for you. When you're building to get rich, you're working toward that. Once you get to that rich stage and now you're trying to go to being wealthy, your money works for you. Your money can't work for you if you're only getting $221 a month off GR and like $195 off some goddamn food stamps. Now, somebody talk back to me. I guess I'm being disrespectful, huh? Whatever. But I'll see you. We'll see. At the end of the day, we'll see. So with that being said, y'all, I love you. I do this because I'm into the people. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. I don't do this for the views. I don't do that. I can never get monetized. More than likely, they're gonna always hate on me. I don't give a shit. Okay. They suppress my feeds. I don't care if I ever get 100,000 subscribers and views. I don't care. I'm not for everybody. This platform ain't for everybody. It's not. I do not care. I do not care. I like doing what I'm doing because this is what's in me to give to y'all. You know what I'm saying? At risk. Trust me, at risk, because this is exposure. I don't give a damn. Ain't nobody scared of what's the thing off the Wizard of Oz? The motherfucker behind the curtain and shit, the wizard. I don't care. I ain't afraid of the wizard. Most people are. They're like, shit, fuck that. They're gonna come at, man, whatever, bro. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in the Most High. I believe in my ancestors. I believe in the divine spirit. I'm gonna tell you right now, having God with you is more than having everybody against you. I'm going to say it again. Having God with you is more than having everybody against you. So I don't give a shit who's against me. I don't give a shit who has a problem with it. I don't give a shit what they can do. I can see it 1,000 times. It's the same old, same old. All right? You got to bring ass to get ass. If they want it, you got to bring ass to get ass. Trust me. Bring ass to get ass. So with that being said, I love y'all. Hopefully I gave y'all a little something to think about tonight. If you haven't went to the polls yet, I'm not trying to sway, but just think, man, just focus a little bit. Take your time. Don't just be going to go rush because somebody's tapping into your emotions and they put a puppet in front of you and that person's black or they're male and they're female and you just run into some shit to go vote for somebody just because. No, hell no. Get your facts straight first. Get your facts straight. Know exactly who you talking to, what you talking about, know their policies, know their history, know what's communism, fascism, socialism, oligarch, know all of that shit. Because there's something else called anarchy, and I ain't even get into anarchy, and that's a form of government too. And to be real with you, the way anarchy is set up, whatever they want to destroy and get rid of, they have to introduce anarchy first because anarchy is about chaos and destruction. So you got to destroy it and then you can introduce the new system. So it seems like to me, there's a lot of things being brought into this country to destroy it and break it down so they can introduce some bullshit. Or maybe there's something negative that got to be destroyed. And then we could bring in something good. I don't know. We're going to find out soon enough which way this country is going. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's the crossroads. It's the crossroads. It's the crossroads. So for certain people, your ass better be right Because if you play identity politics and you always led by how somebody look and what their gender is, and you're not focused on their policies, and you get to that damn shit and you make decisions based off those type of things and not really focused on the realistic shit in life, when it all goes bad, don't you get to looking around and asking no damn questions. I ain't even gonna say nothing. All right. So with that being said, I love you. Noble Alexander. Hey, stay tuned for the next stream, the next episode, because we got some shit that's coming up. I got some bangers. I got some guests. I'm telling you, this season's gonna be a whole. You been following me? This season is finna be something completely different to what you're used to. That I can assure you. So other than that, go to sleep, get you some rest, peace and blessings.